Hi, I'm Kyle McKillop, and this is my coronavirus birthday party poetry reading. I'm going to read 3 poems that I've written, and then I'll finish with one by James Wright. Beard. It's a kind of sand and salt now, what used to be orange. The coarsening hairs frizz out sometimes. My grandfather's was pure white when he grew it out, icicles along the eaves of his face. Some in the family say I look like him, his widow's peak, his height, his hedgehog eyebrows. I'm too tepid, though, too slight in my opinions, too unused to bullying my way through a room. Only lately have I grown willing to sit at the head of the table. Wherever I sit, you're welcome. You, your smooth face, your careful aging. When he first met you, his face was shaved clean. My grandfather was delighted with you, called you a big girl, though you misheard and took it as he meant it, that you were tall and beautiful, and he already loved you. When he died and the paramedics finally left, I sat with his body on his bedroom floor, my hand on his, watching his face, the white stubble, the gap of the broken tooth peeking through his parted lips. Isn't a razor a metaphor for loss? The thing that cuts us down to root before we grow back again, a single long filament beside another and another and another. Last block. For only the second time in my life, I must tell a grade 12 boy it's not okay to lie on a desk across his classmates' work, even if life feels particularly callous. Why? He asks, his voice muffled by the sleeve of his tracksuit. It's annoying, I think. You're strong enough to stand. The principal could walk by. It's embarrassing. But because is what I say. Full stop. In high school, with a Bunsen burner and a piece of glass tubing, I once scarred a hole into the beige paint on the science room's shelves, and poor Mr. Cobb never noticed. I was a good kid. If he had seen me, I would have repented daily for the rest of my life. I am beginning to repent now. I wonder if those who applied heat to me at that age, who bent and distorted me like thin glass in an open flame, have begun to think about what they did. The shaming of my slightness, the literal hand around my throat, the silent phone when plans were made, the way they matched my loneliness with jokes about my sexuality. I turn to the boy, still sprawled. I help him up. I help me up. We are both still cooling, still learning how to guide ourselves into the shapes we want to assume. On manhood. My hair is finally long enough to twist into a ponytail. I'm dealing with my masculinity by being myself. It's all I've ever asked of anyone except Scott, because he's my brother and sometimes he used to forget he was driving. Here's another sign of the masculine. I say she was wearing sandals instead of espadrilles. This won't do. It's not just that I should be precise, but that I should be humanizing her with a name. Kissy, my wife, was wearing a kind of shoe with woven sides and she called them espadrilles, and as Kissy stepped away from me, I saw the late afternoon sunlight tangle in her hair, and my heart swelled up like a cork in a bottle. Not good. I should show emotion to the person I love and trust most. When I see her, sometimes my knees could crumple with affection, and other times I don't feel anything at all. I let myself be distracted by the skein of my own thoughts. I remember the first time a carload of girls catcalled me, in my forest green sweater, walking along the harbor wall to a nightclub. Did that make me a man? It made me warm inside. I knew so little, like spilling semen, lifting boxes to a top shelf, smelling like an oily rag, The cliches seem incidental to the experience. Being a man is being my brother, arms stretched across the truck cab, searching the glove box for the MP3 player I could have easily reached for him, more concerned with the song than the median. Being a man is watching an action movie and feeling tears muddle your cheeks because the citizens of the city must relive their trauma again and again for your pleasure. It's cutting the mint low for winter. It's wrapping the window-smashed sparrow in a towel and sitting with it as it dies. Being a man is calling yourself a man. There is no action but the claim. I trust you take this label upon yourself because you feel it. Because I wouldn't choose it lightly. Because the deliberation deserves precision. I say this with love. I keep letting him drive. And I want to finish with my favorite James Wright poem, Lying in a Hammock at William Duffy's farm in Pine Island, Minnesota. Over my head, I see the bronze butterfly, asleep on the black trunk, blowing like a leaf in green shadow. Down the ravine, behind the empty house, the cowbells follow one another into the distances of the afternoon. To my right, in a field of sunlight between two pines, the droppings of last year's horses blaze up into golden stones. I lean back as the evening darkens, comes on. A chicken hawk floats over, looking for home. I have wasted my life. Thank you.